162-0. Let's freaking go. What is up, everybody? Welcome to TPL Live. Today we are reacting and grading and discussing our top takeaways of the Phillies 4-0 W over the Atlanta Braves. The Phillies moved to 2-0. I mean, what can you say? This is Zack Wheeler's world, and we are just living in it. Joining us today is my man Ty. You know him on Twitter at TyBook3. What's going on, man?
What's up? 162-0.
Man. It's what a good Saturday. And we got the Final Four and the Sixers and the Flyers coming up. Also joining us is my man Joe. He is at Joe_Enninger. What's up, Joe?
You don't have to mention the Flyers, but yeah, great Saturday afternoon baseball.
Love it. And then we've got the man on the scene. He is our Phillies beat reporter. He is Coyle. It also happens to be his birthday. Coyle, tell us about what's going on there at Citizens Bank Park.
This stadium is electric. It has been electric all game. I've been electric all game. We're getting hits from pitchers. We're getting catches from Harper. Let's go, baby. Let's go.
I love it. I don't know how long we have my man Coyle because he's heading over there for the Sixers game, I believe. But quickly, Zack Wheeler, my goodness, what was it like having, 25% of the fans in the stadium? I felt like I was watching Roy Halladay on the mound. What was the fans' reaction to Zack Wheeler's dominance tonight, Coyle?
He was insane. I saw from a side just watching pitches this hit, and just they had no idea what was going on with those pitches. They were dropping. They were in and out of the zones. They were like all over the place of controlled chaos is what I like to call on some baseball. I like controlled chaos baseball pitching. It is some of the best pitching I think I've seen in a long time from a Phillies pitcher. And not to mention his bat. Can we talk about his freaking bat today? Helping yourself out is what I like to call it. Boom, hits. He's batting what? 3 for 4 with 3 RBIs. I think it's 3 RBIs. Am I wrong? Am I right?
I'm pretty sure he leads the team in RBIs right now.
Ribbies? Give me some ribbies for some weeks. Give me some ribbies, baby.
We've got Zack Wheeler going for MVP. He's going for Silver Slugger. He's going for Gold Glove and Cy Young all right now. It's all happening.
Get the Triple Crown.
Triple Crown. Ty Book, what was your take on Zack Wheeler's dominance today?
Well, first, I just got to throw this up. Chris Dunn, your comment is exactly how where is it? Not Chris Dunn. Eagles underdog. Wheeler needs to give Roman a few lessons on how to hit. I'm 100% on that. I would pay good money for Zack Wheeler to hang out with Roman Quinn in the cage. Anyway, Wheeler, first pitch strikes, dominant from start to finish, 1 hit. Just in complete control. It's been a really long time since I've watched a Phillies pitcher. They talked a little bit about Doc Halladay today, his perfect game on the broadcast. It's been a really long time since I watched Aaron Nola go out and just dominate the strikes with power pitching and completely take apart a team.
And I love how Coyle mentioned the bat because that was like Joe Blanton-esque vibe, like really fun kind of stuff there. Zack Wheeler did it all today. Joe, what was your take on Zack Wheeler today, man?
So it's funny, going into this game, I kept track of Wheeler's ground balls because if you remember last year, he had the lowest K rate of his career, but he had one of the best seasons of his career, and I wrote about it. So I was fascinated to see if he would keep up the ground ball rate. Well, he didn't need to. He just struck 10 guys. He struck 10 guys out. So that was the biggest thing for me was seeing the strikeouts because, like I said, last year he did it with groundouts, and he had a decent mix of ground balls in today's game, but it was mostly the strikeouts, and he was just mowing guys down.
Yep, one above the minimum. 22 hitters in 7 innings. That's crazy.
All right, let's break it down. First inning, Zack Wheeler 3 up, 3 down. He had a strikeout. He was regularly hitting 100 miles an hour there. 14 pitches, 8 strikes. Second inning, 18 pitches. Third inning, 1, 2, 3, 9 pitches. Fourth inning, 1, 2, 3. Fifth inning, he retired 11 straight, had 7 strikeouts through 5 innings. And then there was it became like a streak. Like it was just like like the Atlanta Braves could not touch him. He was placing his fastball wherever he wanted. He had movement on his breaking pitches. Just like I said, this was like almost like, I'm not saying he's Roy Halladay, but that's kind of what it felt like. That's how dominant the Braves look clueless there in the batter's box. Coyle, any other takeaways here before we lose you, bro?
The Braves have some great hitting. So when I see a dominative pitching within this, it really, really excites me with what Wheeler has come. Because we saw some bad innings from Wheeler last year. To get this type of performance coming right out of the bat, I'm like, it kind of makes me go from like 6 to midnight a little bit. Just makes
Jesus.
But I'm just saying, man. Like when you see a little bit of like that dominance of throwing the ball and controlling it and putting it and just those certain things, those are the things that really, really, impress you. Like we didn't see that from Nola. We saw that a little bit, but like having that like straight on ability to just hit the zone and hit outside the zone when you want to, and just being able to like do some certain things, it's pretty exciting stuff, man. It is pretty exciting. So they're actually she's looking at me. I'm kicking me out, so I'm gonna drop off a little bit. I might join back in on the walk, but I'm heading over to the Sixers. About to check in over there. So we're doing a little hopping into the Phillies Sixers game going on right now. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit.
All right, man. Later, dude.
Later.
Happy birthday, Coyle.
Man, happy freaking birthday to Coyle. Living his life.
What a day.
Living his life. Love to see it. All right, let's get into some comments quick. We have Thunder Dude saying Zack Wheeler, wheeling and dealing, 100%, says Chris Dunn. Nailed it, man. Eagles underdog. Wheeler needs to teach Roman Quinn how to hit, man. That's the take. F the DH. This is why Zack Wheeler's dominance today, exactly why the DH rule needs to stay. But my God, can Zack Wheeler play center field? Because I am out. I am out on Roman Quinn.
I want to talk about that at some point today. I'm super positive on almost everything that's happened so far, but there are a couple of things that I just want to point out as the season goes on that are going to be really frustrating.
Yep. Phillies on the way to end their playoff drought. And how about JT not letting off the gas pedal after getting his contract? And JT is much needed. Yeah, that's kind of the storyline. My God, there's a lot to talk about
now
here.
If they could just get him to hit with runners on, we'll be in a good spot.
Absolutely. JT was a storyline in game one. The bullpen was the storyline in game one. There were a lot of positives. This was the Zack Wheeler show. But one guy I want to touch on is Rhys Hoskins. Rhys Hoskins, man, this is a guy that clearly couldn't stay off the slider. He was still like surrendering like pitches in that inner half zone. He just continued to struggle there. But in that fifth inning, he had a broken bat double down the left field line there that scored Roman Quinn. It scored Zack Wheeler. That was a major moment, I think, for the Phillies here, because he is such a huge wild card for the Phillies if they want to make the playoffs. Rhys Hoskins, man, I'm just glad to see him because it was, like 2 outs, I believe, with bases loaded. Major moment for Rhys Hoskins, especially to help his confidence. Ty, what was your take on Rhys Hoskins?
I mean, he's a frustration for me, but at the same time, that's a big knock in a big situation early in the season, and that's the type of knock that maybe turns a corner for a guy like him. He puts together good at bats. I mean, you cannot say he doesn't. But I'm just the verdict's still out. It really is. I want to see him. I heard on the radio the other day, a good season for him is 260 with an on-base percentage about 330 to 340. And I guess in today's Major League Baseball, yes, that's a good season. It does open up him being in the 2-hole opens up McCutchen an opportunity to be really aggressive early in the count because Rhys Hoskins is going to come up and take pitches and be a guy that sees a lot of pitches. But I thought that was a big hit for him today, but he didn't look great in his other at-bats. He struggled a bit. That pop-up that he hit directly up the gut was kind of hilarious. I think that thing went about 4 miles in the air before it came down. But 1 for 4, 2 RBIs, so you can't complain.
Any takes on Rhys Hoskins today, Joe?
Yeah, I mean, I agree that this lineup's going to go as Rhys goes sometimes, because if he's hitting, that elevates Bryce, that elevates Kutch, that elevates everybody around him, because they can't pitch around those guys if Rhys is hitting.
Yep.
And yeah, the first 2 at-bats weren't great. The broken bat double was really nice to see. His last at-bat, I'll actually say, was a pretty good at-bat, and the pitch that got him out was just a really nasty pitch.
That was a nasty pitch. You're right, Joe. Absolutely.
So hopefully, I mean, he looks like he's seeing the ball well, but he's not hitting it well yet. So hopefully that'll come soon.
All right. Let's roll on to, I guess, some comments. Dunderdo says, I can see Rhys Hoskins breaking out this year. Chris Dunn says, we still have our 3, 4, 5 pitchers coming, so I'm not getting too excited yet. The bullpen has done well so far. Yeah, absolutely. When you have Nola and Wheeler clicking on all cylinders, I think we're all in agreement here why we're so excited. Those two have to be legit when you talk about the rest of the pitching. And let's get into the bullpen. Archie Bradley, you had Hector Neris. You looked at last game on Thursday, 3.1 innings, 4 Ks, 2 walks, no runs. Today, 2 innings, 4 Ks, no walks. They have
no hits, no walks, nothing.
What am I watching? Like, is this real life? Guys,
Archie Bradley came in, threw 9 pitches, and was out of the inning, and I swear to God, it felt like a dream.
Yeah,
I know. That's why I'm like laughing, because I'm like giggling like a little girl. Like,
and then Neris comes in and strikes out the side in the 9th. I mean, the thing with Neris is if the splitter's good, he is an elite pitcher. Like if the splitter is what it should be, which he loses it from time to time, which scares me with him. That's my biggest concern with Neris is all of a sudden sometimes that splitter doesn't split and he can't keep it in the strike zone and it's not a wipeout pitch anymore. And when he just has a fastball and splitter, it's why a guy like Mariano Rivera was so amazing. The fact that pitch was always good. But with Neris, it just I worry down the road. I'm the Philly fan. I mean, you can tell. Today was great, but the split was doing its thing. I want to see it happen about 22 more times.
Yeah, I know it's early, guys. I know it's early. Can we just be glass half full?
Yes, we can.
The
center field sucks. Let's have some fun.
The center field position sucks, 100%.
Guys,
it's the 8th hole. We'll live.
But my God, 5.1 innings pitched by the bullpen, and they have been probably as dominant as the starting pitching. So, Archie Bradley had 9 pitches in the 8th inning. Hector Neris had this 1 strikeout. I'm not sure if it was a circle change or a split. I'm not sure what it was, but it was just absolutely electric. Any thoughts on the bullpen, Joe?
I mean, it's been great so far. Like Bradley has been as advertised through 2 games. I agree with a lot what Ty said with Neris. That splitter needs to be good for him to be good. I was a little surprised that they made him the closer to start the season, but so far it looks good, so I won't mess with it. But my biggest question is we've seen what is their 3 best relievers now. I want to see the rest of them. I want to see what the rest of them look like in game because even through the some of the better parts of last year, which I know there wasn't a lot of good parts about the bullpen, Neris was still decent for a decent chunk of last season. And then he fell off because his arm exploded because he was the only good pitcher they had. I want to see what happens when you can't use Bradley, Alvarado, or Neris. I want to see when guys like Coonrod, Hale, or even Velasquez come into a game. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, we haven't seen Coonrod yet. We haven't seen Hale yet. So absolutely nailed it there, Joe.
And Brogdon, too. I want to see what Brogdon does with a full season.
Yep. I love this comment by Aaron. Who was that guy and what has he done with Hector Neris? So funny. My God, Hector Neris looked dominant. How about we finally surpassed 99 to 100 most everyone. 100%.
Yeah, the average velocity for the bullpen's up 3 from last year. It's insane.
It's noticeable. It is beyond noticeable.
Major League Baseball is insane. I mean, it just is. The amount of guys that throw high 90s to triple digits in the game today is just unbelievable to me. As a lifelong fan at 38 years old, I played high-level college baseball. I played high school baseball. I mean, just to see it that It is so commonplace to see a guy come out and throw 99 to 100. It's crazy.
I remember going to games when I was little, and fans would cheer when Billy Wagner hit 100 because you didn't see it that much.
Exactly.
Now it's commonplace.
Yep. Oh man, you were little when Billy Wagner. I'm so old. God. I was in college when Billy Wagner was on the Phillies.
All right, let's roll on to player of the game, Ty. Who's your player of the game?
It's Zack Wheeler. I mean, there's no you can't drive it. You can't go 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs, strike out 10, go 7 innings of 1 hit baseball, face 1 above the minimum, and put anybody else in that category. I mean, he literally could have won the game today almost without any.
Love it. What about you, Joe?
I mean, there's really isn't anyone else to say besides Zack Wheeler. Like the strikeouts, more so than even the ground balls, which is how he was doing it last year, which is really good to see. The at-bats that he had were just out of nowhere, winning the damn game all by himself. I mean, I don't know who else you could give it to. But another thing, too, I think we should mention, no walks by any pitcher today.
That's insane.
That's really good to see. That's what I like to see.
Another thing about Zack Wheeler today, the balls that were hit off him, nobody barreled him.
Yep.
I mean, it was like 2 of the balls off Archie Bradley, good barrel on the ball. I mean, they were middle of the barrel balls. But Harper makes a nice play. The other ones, a routine fly ball got under it. But Wheeler, I mean, guys weren't barreling him up. He must be so hard to see. I mean, it's coming in at 100. I get it, but I was just impressed that not even one guy seemed to really barrel him up.
Yeah, what was it? He set down the last 17 Atlanta.
17 in a row, yeah.
Yeah, he sat down 17 in a row, and the team as a whole 23 in a row.
Yeah,
22 batters in 7 innings. But for me, I'm sorry, guys, I'm gonna remember the at bats. There was an at bat there when he hit like a low and away double down the left field line with runners on second and third with 2 outs. That's my memory of this game. That is 100% my memory. Like what?
Am I correct? He did that with 2 strikes on too.
I think so.
Right about that? Yeah.
So. That not the best at bat you've seen more so than Scott Kingery or Odubel in the last several years?
it made me anti-DH for one night. For one night, I'm anti-DH.
Look what he got, and he hit it. How many times have we seen it from Kingery and Odubel? Like they don't do that. Anyway.
Watching somebody go the other way on a pitch down and away was refreshing. It just, with all the shifting and everything, even though it was a pitcher and honestly, he threw the bat at the ball and made it work. I mean, that's what you got to do sometimes. And I'd like to see guys like Roman Quinn get more of that approach. I mean, there's a guy who's 5'3", 102 pounds soaking wet, and he's up there swinging for the fences. And it's like,
I can't stand it, dude.
Can't.
I am so. I've been out on Roman Quinn. Just bunt. At this point, just bunt. Yeah. All right, let's go on to our grades. How would you grade today's performance? Let's start off with Joe. What's your grade today?
I mean, the only thing keeping Zack Wheeler away from an A+ is a complete game. So I'll give him an A. And the only reason he didn't get the complete game because it was his first game of the season. And I understand why you don't want to stretch him out and you don't want to blow his arm out in the first game of the season. Like I said, he could have won the game all by himself today. It was just electric. So I give Zack Wheeler an A. And the team as a whole, about the same.
What about you, Ty?
I'm with John. The rest of the team, probably for me, I'll go B+. I saw some really good at bats, but I also saw some really bad at bats today. And the offense is really going to have to turn on, start putting the pedal down a little bit when we get deeper into the rotation. Need to have better bats. You can't rely on Zack Wheeler to come up and drive in 2 runs. But for the most part, there were some really good at bats. And so an A for Wheeler, B+ for the team.
My goodness. I normally I swear, normally I'm not the homer of the group here. Normally I'm pretty objective here. I disagree. This is an A. I was in the Thursday night opening post game show. I gave the team an A. Today I'm giving this team an A again. You had dominant pitching against a really good hitting team in the Atlanta Braves. Zack Wheeler and the pen were absolutely fantastic. You have what? The Phillies are now 14 base runners in each game of the last 2 games. That is awesome. Alec Bohm is struggling. Rhys Hoskins had a major base knock there, double. Hopefully that helped his confidence. Dude, I'm living life, man. I'm drinking the Kool-Aid. Let's go Phillies, 162-0, man. I'm loving life right now. But anyway, yeah, Ty.
We gotta hit this comment. So if that foul ball by Roman went fair, how would you guys feel? Exactly the same as I do now. I'm sorry, man. The guy, like he almost ran into one. Great. I mean, he's just not the guy that we need in center field. I would feel exactly the same even if he hit one out.
Ty, do you wanted to touch on something? What was that it? Was that it?
So I worry. I think games in baseball are won up the middle, behind the plate, on the mound, middle infield, and in center field. And I just can't believe that in 3+ years they have not been able to find a guy to play that position in center field that is an everyday player. I just cannot. The guy who is supposed to control the outfield, they trot different guys out there. It has an effect on outfield defense. It's just beyond me that in some way, shape, or form, they have not been able to produce a center fielder. Obviously, they thought Mickey Moniak was going to be that guy, taking him number 1 overall. I think as an organization, that needs to be a really big push coming in to the trade deadline. Somebody that can fill – I know they don't have anybody to trade, but they need to find somebody that can play that position every day. I don't know that Hazley is the guy, but I like Hazley a lot more than I like Quinn. So that's all I really wanted to touch on.
Chris Dunn says it's supposed to be Hazley or Moniak. Any comments on that, guys?
Yeah, I have a really hard time thinking it's going to be Hazley or Quinn after the trade deadline. It's either going to be Moniak or it's going to be a trade acquisition.
Yeah, I'm with you on that, Joe. And I don't think Moniak's ready. He'd be up if he was ready.
Mm-hmm.
Because those two guys. I wouldn't even have a problem. Maybe I'm a homer because he went to the school I coached for. But if they wanted to bring Jankowski up and play center field,
yeah,
that.
Love it. He had a great spring, right?
He's no different than the two guys they have up there. Yeah. He's the same player.
Yeah. Dunner says it's okay to look at the bright side. Is this a Braves fan? It's still Braves country. All right. Give us our moment. We're 2-0. The Braves are fantastic.
Phillies have a winning record against the Braves the last 2 years.
Yeah.
The Braves are fantastic, but we get our moment right now. Aaron says totally it's been a great couple of games. Why did Hazley not play today? Any comments on that?
He pulled up. Yeah, he pulled up and looked like he did something to his hamstring, so they're probably being a little cautious there.
Yeah.
Right. Not yesterday, Thursday.
Okay. All right, let's wrap it up. Phillies move on to 2-0. Let's wrap it up with plugs. Joe, where can we find you, bro?
You can find me right there on the screen. My Twitter handle is @Joe_Edinger, and I'll be writing about baseball for our site, The Painted Lines. I do NL East week recaps every week and other Phillies content.
You're up, Ty.
Guys, tomorrow we are going to go special 8 a.m. edition of the Masters.
Oh, that's early.
Podcast. It is going to be awesome. We have so much information on betting and what you need to do going in. Right now, Tringali and Spieth, both in the top 3, both those guys we had money on going out of our podcast. You've got to come check us out tomorrow or on the Painted Lines YouTube channel. 8 a.m. Masters preview show. Let's go.
God, I can't believe the Masters are here already. That is insane. But guys, please be sure to check out the Pull the Pin podcast. If you want to make money, if you don't want to make money, then I guess you suck. But if you do want to make money, check it out. 100%. All right. And speaking of that, we're going to wrap up this show with a word of our sponsor. I just want to say, please, everyone, be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn on notifications. We're very happy Phillies fans today. Life is good. 2-0, 1-2-0. The road to
still alive.
2-0 is on, guys.
The dream's still alive.
Please have a great Easter, everybody. We'll see you next time. Have a great night. Hey, what's up, guys? March Madness is here. The NBA and NHL are both in full swing. Baseball opening day is coming up, while we here at the Painted Lines are devoted to bringing you top-notch content from all the major sports. We are excited to also now give you the opportunity to cash in on all that content and knowledge. If you follow the link below, you will have the opportunity to sign up with BetRivers, an online sportsbook and get an instant new user deposit match of up to $250. That's free money that you can use and try to turn into more free money. Let's go. Don't sit there and waste all that money. Turn every basket into an otherwise meaningless Cavs-Timberwolves matchup in on a random Wednesday in March. That makes it all the more exciting. For betting tips and advice, be sure to check out written content from our top prognosticator, Money Max, on our website at thepaintedlines.com, or check out the Tough Cover podcast right here on the Painted Lines YouTube channel. You've seen the commercials all over TV and radio, but now is the time.